Then on the out breath, releasing the shoulders away from the ears. Sorry, guys. Then bringing the head to line up again with the back of the tailbone. Then turning the head to look over the right shoulder. Bringing the head back to center. Then turning the head over the left shoulder. So you might have noticed when you've looked from one side to the other that there's a little bit of tightness, a little restriction. So take a deep breath in, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, soften the shoulders away. Then again, we'll take the shoulder over, the head over the right shoulder, and slowly over the other shoulder. Then bring the head back to center and gently nod the chin towards the chest. Just let the weight at the back of the neck release. Keep softening the shoulders away from the ears, and we'll just hold that position, widening through the space between the shoulder blades, focusing on the breath. So in the interest of the current situation, those of us in the room, I'll ask you not to exaggerate the breath. As you exhale, draw the tummy button in. As you inhale, lift the head back to center, underside of the chin parallel to the floor. And let's rest the hands, if you haven't already done so, on the inside of the thighs. Bring the index finger in towards the thumb and just place the pad of the thumb over the fingernail of the index finger. Perfect. Now take a deep breath in through the nose. A long breath out through the mouth. A deep breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. So think of that long, steady breath, that deep yogic breath, inhaling to the base of the lungs, filling the lungs completely. Then as you exhale, once more releasing the shoulders, relaxing the chest. Inhaling deeply, feeling the belly rise. Exhaling fully, allowing the belly to soften and release. Inhaling deeply to the belly, the chest and the collarbones. Exhaling fully from the collarbones, the chest and the belly last. Almost as though you're filling a balloon from the bottom up. Emptying that balloon from the top down. Now maintain your awareness on this deep yogic breath. And know that we'll keep returning to the breath, returning to the breath. If you've closed your eyes, take a moment to blink the eyes open. Separate the index finger and the thumb. And we'll just gently start to flick the wrists as we lift the arms up. Then point through the fingertips, soften the shoulders away from the ears again. If it feels comfortable for you to do so, bring the palms together. Lengthening again out of the sit bones, softening the shoulders down away from the ears. On an out breath, gently taking a little release to the right as you turn your head and park the chin under the left armpit. Lengthen through that side of the body. Engage the core, then inhale, lift back to center. As you exhale, extend to the opposite side, turning and just nodding the chin into the armpit. Engaging the core, supporting the spine, then inhaling to lift back to center. Keep that core engaged as you bring the hands back to heart. Now widen the arms. Thumbs up towards the ceiling, bringing the fingertips in towards the palms, squeezing the shoulders together. Focusing once more on the breath. Keep that gentle tension in the hands and the shoulders. Engaging the core. Every out breath engaging, drawing the tummy button in. Every in breath lengthening and lifting out of the sit bones. On the next inhalation, open the fingertips, give them a little wiggle. Then bring the hands behind the lower back. Let's have an interlock here with right forefinger over left, shoulder blades drawn together, core engaged. Remember, in this posture, we avoid leaning forward. So keep the chin drawn in, the core engaged, as we slide the hands away from the lower back and open a little into the chest. Good. Then as you exhale, keep the core engaged and release back. Now widen the arms, reposition the fingertips just at the back of the hips as you lift up and lengthen. Slide that right hand away, bring your gaze to the middle finger of the left hand, draw that elbow in towards the waist. Keep traveling over the midline of the body, making sure the sit bones are equally weighted, deepening into that side of the rib cage again. Then inhaling to lift back to center, widening through the chest. Gently sinking into the left hand, pressing through the fingers of the right hand, then drawing that top arm over the midline of the body. Lovely gentle extension through the side of the waist and the rib cage. Engage the core, then inhale, come back to center. Reposition both hands behind the hips, shoulder blades drawn together. We'll keep the sit bones connected to the floor as we open through the sternum and turn the gaze up towards the ceiling. Then on and out breath, engage the core. Bring your gaze to face forward once more. So if you started in a cross-leg position, let's switch the cross leg over. If you started in wide leg or long leg, adjust to find the position that's most comfortable for you. Now extend both arms forward, bringing the palms together again, creating once more an interlock. Left forefinger to the top this time, as we open the palms towards the heart. Elbows remain soft, shoulder blades drawn together, core engaged. Then turn the hands inside out. Open through the back of the hands, widen through the palms. Engage the core. Try not to lock out the elbows as you slide the arms up, overhead. Softening the shoulders down away from the ears, widening through the collarbones. Drawing the underside of the shoulder blades together, engaging the core, lifting the pelvic floor. Keep that core engagement. Then as you exhale, slide the hands back again in front of heart. As you separate the hands, reposition them on the floor in front of the ankles, lift the chest, then on and out breath, just take a little walk forward. Let's not overdo this. So if you start to feel pressure on the ankles, then bring your weight back to the sit bones, draw the shoulder blades together, avoid curving the spine. Our intention here is to find that little more space in and around the hip sockets, in the inner thighs. Every out breath, easing a little more deeply into this fold. Guiding the elbows down towards the floor, just a notional suggestion. Then engage the core, bring your gaze towards the end of the fingertips. Then slowly walk the hands back towards the ankles. Perfect. So let's get out of leg cross, because most of us don't really like that. We're going to come into an all fours position. So let's have our all fours with knees directly underneath the hips, wrists directly underneath the shoulders, spreading through the fingertips, nice and soft again in the elbows. I'm very mindful I've got a big bulky sweater on, you can't see a thing. Turn the toes under, exhale, draw the tummy button in, roll up through the spine, and nod the chin towards the chest. Really bring your attention to that space in the lower back. See if there's any more space to just gently lift that section, tucking the tailbone under, then release and relax. Rest on the tops of the feet, inhaling now to lift the chest forward, allowing the small of the back to soften. Exhaling, rolling up, nodding the chin to the chest. Inhaling, lifting the chest forward. Exhaling, rolling up into that cat stretch. Then resting again on the tops of the feet, coming back to neutral spine, keeping that core lifted as you walk both hands forward, sticking the palms to the mat, pushing the sit bones towards the heels. Lower the ears down to that space between the upper arms. There's no need to get the head to the floor in this posture. More important that we push the weight through the sit bones towards the heels and lengthen through the spine. Inhale to lift the fingertips, pressing the wrists to the mat. This slightly changes the emphasis of the stretch. Then replace the palms to the floor. We'll keep the arms extended forward as we lift the shoulders, just enough space to bring the left arm under the right, bringing the left ear parallel to the floor, and ironing out that little bend in that elbow, so straightening that right arm. Push the sit bones again towards the heels, breathe into the space at the side of the rib cage, rotating the rib cage up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring that left arm forward, then slide the right arm to the opposite side. So making the same shape on the opposite side, keeping the weight pressed back, wide through the chest, breathing into that space at the side of the rib cage. Then as you exhale, engage the core, extend both arms forward. Again, we're leveling the sit bones towards the heels, deepening that stretch, lowering the elbows towards the mat now as we slide the chest forward, bringing the thighs, the belly, the chest towards the floor. Push into that space between the forearms, lifting the chest, drawing the shoulders back and down. Try to relax the buttock muscles here. If you need to grip hold, perhaps focus on pressing through the thighs, allowing the sternum to lift a little higher. Exhaling to look over one shoulder. Inhaling to look ahead. Exhaling to look over the other shoulder. Then inhale again to look ahead. On the out breath, lower all the way down. If you have any resistance in the lower back, repeat the posture we've just done, the Sphinx pose. If you want to take this a little deeper, bring the palms either side of the chest, draw the elbows in, push into the palms, keep those thighs stuck to the floor as you open through the chest, keeping those shoulders back and down. Then engage the core, push into the palms and lengthen back again into that lovely long child's pose. On the next exhale, engage the core, slide back up into your all fours position. Repeat your cat stretch, so rolling up through the spine, nodding the chin to the chest, resuming that neutral spine. Taking the right foot back, turning the toe under, pressing the heel towards the floor. Just a chance to release anywhere that we might go into cramp when we lie down. Then bring that knee in, take the opposite foot back, deeply gorgeous. Then bring that knee back in, perfect. So I'm going to transition back into hero. You don't have to follow because I know it's not a favourite. I'm going to now invite you to get yourself comfortable on the floor. So have a blanket nearby. I'm just going to do one extra stretch when we lie down, and then after that there'll be plenty of time to pull your blanket around you. If you've brought a pillow, what I would say is pillows under your neck are probably not a great idea for the full duration, because you'll end up with the chin quite extended towards the chest. Under the lower back, under the knees might be more comfortable. You will find this Yoga Nidra better if you can lie on your back. Lying on your side in Nidra, you're more inclined to fall asleep. And our intention is to have a little bit of awareness as to what's going on in the room. So if you're happy to take a lie back for now, as I say, I'm going to do a couple of little yin stretches before we get too involved in the Nidra. Brilliant. So let's start with the hands and the feet equal distance from the midline of the body, turning the palms up towards the ceiling. And again, just shrugging that space in the shoulders. So drawing the shoulders up towards the ears, then squeezing the shoulders away. We'd like to get to a space where we can feel that we're rested on the flats of the shoulder blades, just so that we're not distracted by the pointy parts of the shoulder blades. On the next inhalation, lift both arms overhead. If you can reach, resting the backs of the hands to the floor. Otherwise, just hover the hands a couple of inches from the mat, inhaling to press through fingers, through toes, taking a long stretch through the front of the body. On the exhale, bend the right knee in towards the chest. You can place the hands to the shins if that helps, applying a little pressure, pushing that space in the lower back towards the floor. Then inhale again to lift and lengthen, taking a long stretch, pointing through fingers and toes. Then exhaling to draw the left knee in. And again, you play around with what's right for you. That little bit of pressure on the shin sometimes just gets a little more widening in the lower back. Then lengthen again, take another full body stretch. Now, instead of having the hands just resting behind you, let's bring the hands an inch from the floor, slide the thumbs together and bring the thumbs to an interlock. Beautiful. Now park the left ankle over the right ankle, so you're kind of crossing the feet at the ankles. Then as you exhale, squeeze the upper body over to the right side, so we deepen the stretch through the left of the waist, the rib cage, the hip. So you're kind of making a bit of a banana shape here. Breathing into that space at the side of the rib cage. If you feel quite open through the collarbones, through the chest, you might want to slide the hands down, holding onto the elbows, widening through the chest, keeping this banana shape. Beautiful. Let's see if we can feel those elbows parallel to the floor, rather than having one higher than the other. That's a big challenge. Focus on the breath here. Breathing into the side of the rib cage, then exhaling to release and soften. As you come to the next exhalation, remind yourself to engage the core, then inhale back towards center. Let's take a lovely long stretch through the arms again, just so that we can open the sides of the chest. Unhook that left over right, bring right over left. And we'll make the same shape on the other side. So initially come into the interlock, squeeze and extend to the opposite side. Visualize that lovely long banana shape through the side of the waist, but more into the rib cage. For some of you, that gentle twist might create a lift. You might feel it a little in your lower back. So the key is trying to keep those shoulders both equally weighted to the floor. If there's too much lift, you're having to support your weight. Again, I'll invite you, if it's comfortable, to wrap the hands around the elbows. It's quite an open posture, this. So if that doesn't suit you, stay in that interlock position. Make sure you're focusing on the breath rather than holding the breath. Then bring yourself back again to center. Lengthen the arms once more. Unhook the right foot from left. Inhale to take a long stretch through the body. Then as you exhale, hug both knees in towards the chest. And replace the feet to the floor. So at this point, if you want to kind of tuck your blanket in and around you, you can. I'll remind you that because this is Yoga Nidra, our intention is to find zero desire for movement. And I will say that again when I'm speaking. So really, if you think you're going to need your blanket, put it on now, because if you start to fiddle about during the practice, it will kind of break your stride. So because I'm recording this, I would like to give credit to the Yoga Nidra script that I'm using. It's not my script. It's written by the amazing Uma Dinsmore-Tuli, and it's come from the book Yoni Shakti. So take a few moments to allow the body to release, to relax, and consider the decisions that you make now, how you place your hands, reminding yourself to unclench the jaw, relaxing the tongue in the well of the mouth, softening the space between the eyebrows. Welcome to the practice of Yoga Nidra. Welcome home. The first part of this practice is simply to get comfortable. Remember that the body temperature may drop during the practice. So if you feel you need to, cover yourself up with a blanket or a coat. And when you feel you're able to rest comfortably, settle into your chosen position and allow the body to become still. Know that there is no need for any further physical movement during this practice. As we set our intention to experience the state of zero desire for movement. If that state is not yet present for you, make whatever adjustments are necessary, but make them mindfully. The ideal state for the physical body during Yoga Nidra is zero desire for movement. If the desire to move does arise during the practice, simply watch it. It will probably go away and you can remain still. If the desire to move returns, then take that as a signal that you need to move, and do so with awareness, with the intention to regain comfort and stillness, returning once more to the state for zero desire for movement. Now become aware very precisely of the position in which you are lying. Know the shape and the posture of your body. Know the shape and arrangement of this room. Feel the points of contact at the back of your body against the floor. Now start to tune in now to the gentle rhythm of your natural breath. Feel the breath coming in, the breath going out. If the breath moves freely and easily through the nostrils, then simply breathe that way. If you feel more comfortable to exhale through the mouth, then let whichever is the most comfortable and easy way of breathing to arise naturally. Be aware of every outgoing breath, releasing the weight of the body down into the support of the earth beneath you. With every exhalation now, consciously transfer the weight of the body down through its points of contact with the floor, into the support of the earth beneath you. Consider every exhalation is a letting go. As if you could give away the whole weight of your body. Be with the gentle rhythm of the natural, easy breath. And allow the body to settle deeper into stillness with every exhalation. Bring your body to rest in the lap of Mother Earth and let her carry your weight. Now take a moment to observe the stillness, the quietness of the body. As the body comes into a state of deepening stillness, allow the breath to become more spacious and free. Listen to the sound of the breath. Tune in to the sounds closest to you. Then start to become aware and hear all the other sounds that are audible right now. Let your focus rest once more with the intimate sound of your breath coming in, going out. Feel the stillness of the body, the spaciousness of the breath. Know that your practice of Yoga Nidra is held safely in a place of protection and security. And know that the boundaries of this practice are secure. As you enter into the state of consciousness, which is Yoga Nidra, you are held safely within this protected space. Now invite the mind to follow the example of the body and the breath, to become stiller and quieter. Invite the mind to create a single form of consciousness. Allow that form of consciousness simply to be, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am practicing Yoga Nidra. Let that remain the form of consciousness for the rest of this practice. Now allow for the focus of the mind to accompany the breath. As you come to your next exhalation, breathe down as if the breath could enter into the state of the heart. Feel the space around the heart, breathing. Evoke there in the heart a feeling of gratitude, a sense of gladness, simply for the opportunity to practice Yoga Nidra. Feel this gratitude as a gentle warmth that radiates from the heart. Breathe into this warmth and be thankful for the opportunity to practice Yoga Nidra. As the mind enters the heart, hear the breath of the heart as if it were the voice of the heart's own wisdom. Simply rest in receptive relationship with the heart. follow your heart's guidance. Be open now to whatever wisdom may come through to you on the breath of the heart. Welcome it. Know that the guidance of your heart is now like a seed that has been planted in the fertile soil of gratitude and thankfulness. It is surely already growing, thriving, manifesting in your life. Now take your attention back to the physical body as we prepare to guide the mind around the body, as if the light of the mind's attention comes to shine on each part of the body in turn. Whilst the mind travels freely, following the instructions, the physical body remains motionless and takes deep breaths. Allow for the light of the mind's attention to take the form of bright little stars. As consciousness travels to each part of the body that's named, place a star on that part of the body, leaving it to twinkle there. It's as if the whole body begins as a dark night sky, and the mind travels around it, bringing bright starlight to each part. The body is illuminated like a great constellation of stars in the sky. Bring your awareness to the tip of the tongue and shine a bright star at that point. Now place twinkling stars on the floor of the mouth, the roof of the mouth, the upper teeth and gums, the lower teeth and gums, the inside of the right cheek, the inside of the left cheek. Move the awareness to the inner part of the right ear and shine bright stars all the way through and around the ear. Out to the outer part of the right ear, the lobe of the right ear, the shell of the right ear, the whole of your right ear. Now move your awareness to the inner part of the left ear. Shine bright stars all the way through and around the ear, through to the outer part of the left ear, the lobe of the left ear, the shell of the left ear, the whole of the left ear. Feel both ears twinkling with the starlight of conscious awareness. Now shine a bright star on the back of the head, in the place between both ears. Shine a bright star on the back of the top of the head, and let's have a star twinkling at the very top of the head. A bright star on the crown of the head. Then place a twinkling star at the right temple, the left temple, at the forehead. A star on the right eye, one on the left eye, stars along the right eyebrow, the left eyebrow, at the eyebrow center, the right cheek, the left cheek, the nose. Shine a bright star on the right nostril and the left nostril. Let there be a star at the bridge of the nose and a star at the tip of the nose. Move the awareness down to shine a star on the upper lip, the lower lip, the chin, and all along the jawline. Be aware of the whole head. Feel the whole head twinkling with tiny stars, the light of conscious awareness. Move the awareness now to the neck and the throat. Shine a star on the right collarbone, on the left collarbone, and one twinkling in the place between the collarbones. Move the awareness to shine stars on the right shoulder and the armpit, the right upper arm, elbow, forearm, the right wrist, the back of the right hand, and the palm of the right hand. Take the awareness to the right hand thumb and shine a little star there. Leave one each twinkling on the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Be aware of the whole of the right hand, twinkling with the starlight of conscious awareness. Now carry the attention back up the right arm and across and over to your left side. Shine stars on the left shoulder and armpit, the left upper arm, elbow, forearm, left wrist, the back of the left hand, the palm of the left hand. Take the awareness to the left hand thumb and shine a little star there. Find one each twinkling on the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Be aware of the whole of the left hand, twinkling with the starlight of conscious awareness. Now carry this awareness to the center of the chest. Place little stars twinkling now along the length of the breastbone, into the right side and ribs, into your left side and ribs. Shine a star in the middle of the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, a star twinkling in the space between both shoulder blades. Stars along the back of the waist, the right of the waist, the left side of the waist. Stars twinkling in the lower back, on the right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis. A star shining in the right buttock and the left buttock. A bright star at the navel and a star at the pubic bones. Now take the attention to the right groin and shine stars there. On top of the right thigh, to the back of the right thigh. A star twinkles at the kneecap and in the back of the knee. Calf, shin, ankle, heel. Shine stars along the sole of the right foot, the top of the right foot. 5 little stars are twinkling, one each, on the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. The whole of the right foot and leg twinkling. with the starlight of conscious awareness. Now take your attention to the left groin and shine stars there, onto the top of the left thigh, the back of the left thigh. A star twinkles at the kneecap and in the back of the knee, calf, shin, ankle, heel. Shine stars along the sole of the left foot, the top of the left foot. 5 stars are twinkling, one each on the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe. The whole of the left foot and leg are twinkling with the starlight of conscious awareness. Be aware now of the whole body. Be aware of the whole body. Be aware of the stars twinkling now along the whole of the right side, foot and leg, hand and arm, the whole of the right side, twinkling with the light of conscious awareness. Be aware of the stars twinkling now along the whole of the left side, foot and leg, hand and arm, the whole of the left side. Become aware of both sides together. Now bring the light of the mind's attention to shine now inside the body. Let the light here shine in the form of a little moon, your own personal moon, shining inside you. See the light of this inner moon shining. See all the little stars twinkling now in the constellation of the whole body. Bring the light of the mental awareness to the whole of your right arm and hand. Now take your awareness to the whole of the left arm and hand. Now be aware of both arms, both hands together. Travel that awareness to the whole of the right leg and foot. Take the awareness to the whole of the left leg and foot. Now be aware of both legs and feet together. Be aware now of both arms and both legs together. See the starlight twinkling through the whole of the right side, the whole of the left side, both sides together. Be aware of starlight twinkling in the whole of the head and the moonlight shining inside you. Now become aware of the whole body. The whole body. Like a constellation of tiny stars shining. Be aware of the whole of the body. Like the night sky, twinkling with the lights of conscious awareness. Feel the whole of the physical body resting on the floor. Remain alert and attentive to the practice. I am practicing Yoga Nidra, And let that be the form of awareness. Notice as the breath goes out, you start to experience a sensation of extreme heaviness. Feel that the physical body is so heavy that the bones might settle right down into the earth. So heavy, so heavy. As the breath comes in, experience a sensation of lightness, as if the body was so light that it might even float up like a puff of smoke, moving up into the sky, so light, almost weightless. As the breath moves, alternate between these two sensations. Lightness on the inhalation, heaviness on the exhalation. Inhaling light, exhaling heavy. Inhaling light, exhaling heavy. Now choose a point to stop alternating between these two extreme sensations and invite both to be held simultaneously in the witness consciousness. Be aware of heavy and light at the same time, together. Now let go of this practice of heavy and light and simply become aware of the natural weight, shape, and form of the physical body as it rests on the floor. Feel the whole of the physical body resting on the floor. And now, as the breath goes out, allow for the light of the mind's attention to focus entirely on a single point in the center of the heart. Like a little point of light is there. With every exhalation, gather your attention further and further inwards to rest at this single point of focus. This tiny point of light in the center of the heart. If the exhalation creates that inner focus, notice the inhalation as you experience a sensation of expansion, as if that tiny point of light were radiating outwards through the whole body and beyond. On the inhalation, carry the light out into the expanding field of spacious awareness, radiating from the heart. As the breath moves, alternate between these two experiences. On the out breath, an inward gathering and focus. On the in breath, an outward expansion and radiance. Exhaling into the single point in the heart. Inhaling outwards to expand the light. Exhaling to create that inner focus of light. Inhaling to expand and widen into the space that surrounds you. Now once more, choose a point when you can stop alternating between these two extremes and invite both to be held simultaneously in the witness consciousness. Be aware of the single point and the expanded awareness at the same time, together. Then once more, we'll let go of this practice, inner focus, expanding light, and simply become aware of the natural boundaries, the shape and form of your physical body as it rests on the floor. And just notice the body breathing. Be aware of the breath entering and leaving, as if the body is being breathed. There's no effort involved. The breath is simply coming in and going out, as if the body and the breath were very old friends, and the breath simply lets itself in and out of the body with no formality. It just comes and goes. Be aware of the body being breathed. Let the focus of the mind's attention rest with each breath, as we make a commitment to count these breaths. Starting with your next exhalation, let that number be 9 and start to count down to 0. If the count goes astray, it doesn't matter. Just simply begin counting again. The point of the counting is to keep attentive to each and every breath. Now direct the whole of the focus of mental attention back into the space of your heart on this next exhalation. Hear the heart's breath and know that it carries the voice of the heart's guidance. Listen once more to the guidance of the heart's wisdom and nurture the seed of resolution that you planted at the beginning of this practice. Remind yourself of the form of awareness that has been present throughout the practice. I have been practicing Yoga Nidra. I have been practicing Yoga Nidra. I have been practicing Yoga Nidra. Be aware that the protection and the blessings of this practice will come with you now into your day and your week ahead. Now, once again, direct the attention to the rise and fall of the natural breath. Allow your breath to become a little deeper, perhaps a little noisier. So that you can hear the sound of your own breath entering and leaving your body. Listen to the sound of your breath. Feel your body moving with each inhalation, with each exhalation. Sense that each inhalation becomes a waking breath, bringing vitality and strength to the body. With each inhalation, feel the body returning to a waking state, full of energy and life. Feeling aware now that the body is refreshed and the mind is wide awake. Begin to make little movements now, touching the tip of your fingers in turn with the tip of the thumb. Stretch out the fingers and wriggle them. Wriggle the toes. Turn the wrists and the ankles. Stretch and release through the muscles of the arms. Stretch and release through the muscles of the legs. Turn your head gently and slowly from one side to the other. Bring your head back to center and take a long, comfortable stretch through the whole body in whichever way pleases you most. Take your time to roll to whichever side comforts you most, pausing there to blink the eyes open. Then when you feel ready, slowly make your way back to a comfortable seated position. Now bring your hands to an Anjali Mudra. Touch to the head for kind thoughts, to the lips for kind words, and to the heart for kind intentions. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. I will give you a few moments to come to. Take your time.